One of our questions we're looking at today is what's the ecosystem that you need to have for big bets and innovation? How do you deal as well with the cost side? And we're also, as we just talked with Vivek Murthy, and very aware of what's happening with India and other, developing parts of the world that may not have the same resources in the United States, but our health is connected to their health. I guess the question is, do we need to move that line? Do we need to think about IP protections at companies that have been able to develop a lot of this with a lot of government tax money from around the world? Or do you think that that is about right? Because I'm sort of looking at, the HIV/AIDS PEPFAR example in Africa, for instance, where we waive certain IP protections to get greater distribution of the needed drugs there. Do we need to do that kind of thing with COVID vaccines?
I think it's certainly an option that we should not take off the table. As I've said so many times over the last few weeks, I believe we have a moral obligation, Steve, to make sure that the rest of the world does not suffer and die, as it were, from something that we can help them with and help to prevent, because we have the resource. When I say we, I mean the developed world. I don't mean just the United States. And I think that we really need to, by whatever mechanism it takes, Steve, whether that involves taking a look and examining whether you want to waive patent protection, whether it means making investments in a lot of money to have tech transfer go to the developing world so they can make their own vaccines, whether or not we want to rev up and make billions more than we normally would and essentially make it available to the developing world at a markedly reduced price. Any or all of the above is what I would say would be fine. We've got to get to the end game. And the end game is the equitable distribution of vaccines. So however we get there, it's fine with me. We just need to get there.